Welcome back to Red Sox franchise year number 1. We are currently 36 and 34. It is June 14th and the draft is in just under a month. In this episode, we are doing our first draft and we are going to be hopping into a bunch of games. We have, however, made a couple of changes that I do want to show you. So first things first, if you go take a look at this over here, hold on, what happened? We made some changes. I have sent Marcelo Meyer down to AAA. I simmed to the weekend so I could do some scouting, have my brother take a look at the scouting board. There's some things going on over there. We're going to scout a couple of positions, but really the biggest change was that Marcelo Meyer has been sent down to AAA. And I changed him to be a shortstop in the process. He's been really struggling. He's hitting like 214 on the season, at 226, only 3 home runs, striking out a ton, not really walking. So we sent him down so we can go figure it out down there. And hopefully he'll figure it out and come back up soon. What that does mean is that Trevor Story is now going to be our second baseman half the time, because on the other side, Romy Gonzalez will be playing second base instead because he is a better hitter against lefties than Trevor Story is. But against righties, Trevor Story is definitely better than Romy. Or not really, actually all too much better. Against righties, a little bit better, not a ton. So we're going to see how this goes. I moved around the batting order a little bit. Connor Wong is going to be playing against righties, and Carlos Narvaez will be playing against lefties. Just like some things had to change, like the order's a little bit messed up. Tristan Casas is going to be playing first against lefties, and we're going to have Wilson Contreras catch because he can still do that. I'm trying to get Tristan Casas' trade value up a little bit. Additionally, big change here was I was looking at the stats, right, for some of these pitchers. I went in and I took a look at some of these guys to see like what's going on under the hood, and what I noticed is that Peyton Tolley was completely incorrect. They had his velo super low. So what I did was I went in and I looked at his Baseball Savant page, and I matched his velocities. I didn't change really anything else. I just matched his velocities for his pitches. I made sure his pitches were good. I think he had like a 12-6 instead of a circle change, so I changed that. And I made his usage rates entirely correct. And that jumped him from like a 74 to an 86 overall. So I hope you're not mad about that, but I basically matched his Savant page to what he's been doing in real life for his velocity and for his break and for his usage percentages, and it made him an 86 overall, because before he's throwing a 96 overall fastball now. Before it was like a 91 or something like that. I did the same thing with Connerly early, but it raised him up from a 73 to an 81 because his velo was like he was throwing a fastball like 89 miles an hour at a usage rate of like 60%. So I was like, that's not correct at all. So I went and I swapped that out. They're the only two I messed with in that regard. I did add one player. D'Angelo Ortiz already existed, by the way. This is David Ortiz's son. But one guy that didn't exist that I was shocked by in this was Justin Gonzalez. Justin Gonzalez is a player that I just had to create just now. He's the number 4 prospect in the Red Sox system. He's playing A-ball. So I created him just based on his stats and based on like I'm watching him, like what does it look like? I basically just signed like the lowest overall player, and then I just made him look like Justin Gonzalez, and I made his stats look about right. He's a big slugger. He's not crazy fast, but he's not slow necessarily. His fielding ability is pretty all right. So he's coming in at a 60 overall. And the other thing I did was Tyler Samaniego. I fixed his Savant page and I put him into AAA. I looked at his Savant page. His pitches, he had like only 2 pitches listed. He's been down in single A this whole time. He had 2 pitches listed. So I went in and I punched that in as to what his actual pitches are and his actual like usage rates. So he was the third one that I messed with. But he's only a 59. And then I put him in AAA because I needed guys to go to AAA. I moved some guys up and down. Jason DeLay went from AA to single A. Mickey Gasper is now the only, I believe, catcher at the AAA level. Yeah, Mickey Gasper's the only one here. I've got these two guys, Jason DeLay, Nate Baez down. Brooks Bannon is starting down there. Matt Tice is hanging out down there too. Other thing I did was I went and I looked at some statistics. I went and I looked at some rosters, and I went and looked at the Trade Hub, and I have come up with some targets, because in this episode we are also going to do our trade deadline. We're going to do our draft and our trade deadline in the same video. So it's going to be a very, very busy thing. I have listed out 7 players that I'm willing to trade, and I have listed out somewhere in the realm of 18 players that I might be interested in bringing in, just looking at rosters. It's going to just entirely depend on where we're at the All-Star break, and that's going to kind of determine which direction we go, if we're buying, if we're selling. I think that one guy that might get sold is Aroldis Chapman. He's an 89 overall. He's 38 years old. The stuff is definitely there. It is 100% there. I don't know why his velo isn't like all the way up. He throws 104 miles an hour every single pitch. He's been so good for us, and I don't want to trade him, but I think he's a piece that a team would be willing to bite on, especially high if they are buying. And so I have a kind of maybe a plan, but it entirely depends on what the rest of the league looks like. Specifically, what does our National League Central look like in a month? A lot of trades might be coming through the National League Central. Is going to kind of, this is such a tight race. Look at this. It's a 4-man race for first place right now, and there's a player from each one I might be interested in. So we're going to see kind of who might give us the best deal. But for now, we are right here on June 14th. In real time, it is June 6th. We are way better than the real life Red Sox, but we are still only 2 games above 500. My goal for this year is to make the playoffs. That's my entire goal. If we do that, successful year. But for right now, I kind of want to just sim through this date right here, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to save, because I've done a lot of moving in the last the last hour and a half. A lot of guys coming up, guys coming down. I haven't saved in a while. Whoops. All right, so basically we're going to go to the All-Star break, and the draft will be just around this time, I believe. I think the draft is maybe here somewhere, but we'll get to the draft. I'll keep doing some scouting. We'll keep jumping in. We'll see what happens. Ryan Watson has an inflamed nerve. He'll be fine. So overall, this draft class has been not fantastic. I'm not super impressed by a lot of things. I think that there are some players that I think basically when it comes down to it, when we get to the draft, we're going to kind of just play it by ear. There's a lot of these guys that look like they might be okay, but I haven't scouted them at all. But also I know that this is not correct, right? This guy does not have 86 contact, right? Does not have 86 contact left. He's not like this. There's a lot of these guys in the draft that I think that they're probably royal busts. So we're going to have to just keep kind of scouting positions, get a better sense for our guys. We pick at 20, so I probably want to start checking out some of these guys that are sitting around 20, like Humberto Guzman. The home team is up by 1, 2 on. We're down by 1 run coming in here, but we're playing. Keegan Thompson's on the mound. Let's jump in here. Let's see if we can steal a win. So I got a comment from DumbDog611 on the last video. It said the best hitting advice I've gotten against AI is to not swing unless it's relatively down the middle, or if you have 2 strikes. Even if you go down on close pitches, something is pretty realistic. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try and not swing unless it's right in the middle, right here. That's in the middle. And we're going to swing, and that's going to bring in a run. Jaron Duran is... Hey, DumbDog, I followed your advice and we got a hit. Correct, it was the first pitch, but it was a good pitch. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this series so far. I have to kind of figure out what the best time to post it is that you guys see it better. I got under that one. It felt like it was going to stay in, and then it did not. Yeah, it's always weird, right? Because in the first 18 hours until 10 a.m., it had 9 views, and then by 10 o'clock that night. So over the course of 12 hours, it got 75 more views. And then it's kind of leveled off since then. But so it seems like maybe posting midday might be the best circumstance, the best option for me. Here's Zach Kelly. We called him up. That's one of the other moves I made that I kind of forgot about because it did not seem all too important. But Zach Kelly in real life has been infuriating to watch. Every time I see him, I'm like, why is he getting a chance? But we sent down Greg Weissert to give him a chance. Willie Castro, one of my favorite players in the MLB. I've always really liked Willie Castro. I have a Willie Castro Twins jersey, actually. But not because I like the Twins, because I liked him on the Tigers. Yeah, I like him a lot. I follow him on Instagram. So, yeah, I guess I'm curious. Like, when do you guys watch this? Because I normally watch, like, Bengals series and whatnot. Like, it takes me a couple of days because those videos are so long sometimes. But typically it's not, like, at 10 in the morning. But that seems like it's when I'm getting the views. So I guess maybe 10 in the morning might be the place. So maybe we'll experiment with posting in the morning instead of in the afternoons. Come on. Come on. Charge on it. Nice. You got it, Sadon. Every time I try to do a roster change, they put Sadon at shortstop. And I'm like, don't do that. He doesn't need to play shortstop. Ever for this team, actually. I actually hate that idea. No. I caught it! Yeah, it's my first ABS challenge I've gotten right. Let's go! Yeah, I know more than you. Stupid. Tyler Freeman now at the plate. A player that, I'll spoil it, I'm not looking to trade for. Who do I want warming? Probably Witt. I've also thrown 17 pitches, so I probably have someone warming just in case this inning goes south. Just strike out already, dude. Come on. Get out of here. That's hit into the air. Sadon's coming on. Sadon gets all 3 outs. That's the end of the 8th. All right, boys. Let's go get some runs. Come on, Roman. Roman was hitting first. I pulled him down to third. I think that having Jarren Duran lead off, having our really speedy guy in front is the best thing for this team, as Roman's going to kind of smoke that one just down the line. The curveball catches me. I'm really bad at reading those breaking balls. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at reading those curveballs. Like, obviously, like that's a curveball, right? And like, so it kind of drops in, so I'm able to kind of predict where it's going to go. Unless it's going to be, like, over here, then I'm like, okay, it's going to be down here, and then it ends up being 4 feet out of the zone. That's a really bad cut. That's my bad. I was too busy talking, not busy enough thinking. Here's Tristan Casas, hitting 375 on the season across, like, 2 at-bats. Tristan Casas kind of fighting for a roster spot, as well as an apartment at the moment. If he does really well, we'll keep him around. If he's not doing well, then I'll probably have to move him. But that's way back at the wall, and it's gonna not come in. Garrett Whitlock in making his first appearance on Red Sox franchise. I don't think I've used him yet this year. Mostly because I've only been doing starting pitching. Haven't really been doing any relief pitching. That one's going to fall foul. All right, that's going to fly up, and Sadon comes on and makes the catch. Duran could have gotten that too, but that is Sadon's ball out there. Here comes Braxton Fulford. Not doing too well this season, but does have a home run, so we got a home run off of somebody today. I don't know who started, but... well, we scored 3 in the first, and then 1 in the second, and then they scored 5 in the fourth. Peyton Tolley got shelled in the back end. And then Tanner Houck came in and was fine. No runs scored for Tanner Houck. That's fine. Fielded by Durbin. Flipped on over, and that's going to be an out. And here comes Jake McCarthy, hitting 274 on the season. Not a bad season for Jake McCarthy. A player who doesn't really have any form of power whatsoever. Fielded. Jake McCarthy's super fast, though, so he's going to run that one out. Just not really fielded cleanly. Knocked it down, though. Saved it, probably a double. So although I wish we had snagged it and got it over there, I'm not too mad about it. Jordan Beck now up. This Rockies team is not awesome. I'll say that. I get the circle change to drop.
That's ball 3.
Ooh, that was close. I don't know if that would have called if I challenged it. We don't need it. We struck him out anyways. Let's go. Cedar Rafael is hitting 237 on the season. He has 15 home runs, though, which is more than he's had like his entire career. And do we have another one? That's line really far, really fast. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Who's running? Oh, he's so lucky. Who is that over there? Is that Casas? Yeah, that is Casas. Oh my god. That was really stupid. I don't know why I sent him. I thought I had a faster guy over there. I also thought Tristan Casas was faster than that. That was a good hit by Cedar, but it was obviously not good enough. Here's Willier, though. Willier not having a good season after I just paid him $15 million for the next 8 years. Yeah, has not been having a hot season. He's hitting 266, which is fine. He should be like a 280 hitter, though. And that's going to be a pop out. Return, please. All right, 2 outs for Romy Gonzalez. Romy facing off against a righty. This is his optimal matchup here. And hit right back at Vodnik. He's going to field it, and he's going to be out. Oh, my God. Now I've got to go out there and... Okay, I'm going to keep Whitlock in for now. That's going to win the game. Oh, my God. I threw it away, too. That's it. God, that was the first pitch of the extra innings. So Connolly Early now has 2 complete games in his last 3 starts. He had one against Texas right here, and he had one right here against no, was it this one? Nope. That was a great start from Crochet. Is this Colorado game? Connolly Early got a complete game in this one, too. So he's on a roll recently. Really turning his season around. I guess that's the effects of changing. Actually, I didn't change his stats until after this one. He got this one on his own. Do I have any other Connolly Early wins? I don't. Ryan Watson gets the win for this one, though. We are tied 0-0 with the Yankees. Roman Anthony's coming to the plate. It is the bottom of the 7th. Fernando Cruz is pitching for them. Connor Wong, Jaron Duran, Isak Brady's are in the bags. Let's see if we can get some runs here. It'll be the first time that I've done anything productive in one of these jump-ins. It's got to happen eventually, right? Right? I don't know how I don't just kill that ball. Oh, because it was underneath me. Okay, I see. And Roman's going to pop out. Oh my God, I have bases loaded. We're kind of at the point in the season where we know what's working and we know what's not working, and we kind of have to just roll with what is and get rid of what's not. I just saw the Nationals are looking for a first baseman. Well, I have a first baseman that you might want. His name is Tristan Casas. 163 double play is going to get the bases cleared, as here comes Giancarlo Effortless Swing Stanton. I missed the high five, by the way. Giancarlo Stanton hits a ball 432 feet over the monster. Here's J.S. Escara. All right, bottom 9. Here we go, boys. Here comes David Bednar again. Caleb Durbin's up to bat. No, he's not. Yeah, I want Trevor Story to come take this swing. Trevor Story's got better power than Caleb Durbin does. And I'm going to swing at one that just catches the inside, but I pulled my PCI down because I thought that was a curveball, not a splitter. I'm going to hit it right at Ryan McMahon. Story's going to be out. IKF now up. Do I have a better option than IKF? I guess I could go with Romy. Romy against David Bednar might be it's definitely a better matchup than IKF.
Nope, that's away.
Okay. I have to be better at the plate. Like it is like pathetic how bad I've been at the plate. That's insane. And it starts with having a better eye for like pitches to swing at, and then having better thumbs to move my PCI at. Why did I swing at that pitch? I was in a 2-0 count, and he hasn't thrown me anything close yet. Why would I swing at that ball? That should have been a 4-pitch walk. Oh my god, Connor Wong's up next too. Jesus. We're just playing all the bad players today. I could bring Wilson in. Come on, drop him. Nope, Aaron Judge has range. Aaron Judge comes over. And here comes not Connor Wong. We're going to make our last substitution. It's going to be Wilson Contreras. Last chance to tie this game right now. Or get a man on to let Jarren Duran have a shot at it. It's outside. Like I'm better if I just put the controller down. David Bednar can't hit the zone. Never mind, I hit that one right at Anthony Volpe because it's right in the middle and I don't put my PCI on it. Yankees win 1-0. So we're being offered a trade right now. Ronnie Enriquez and Jared Cerna, who I don't really know who this is, but looks like he's a AAA all-right shortstop. For Tristan Casas, Trevor Story, and Zach Kelly. Now, Ronnie Enriquez was one of the players that I was looking at. He was one of the guys that I was interested in. We've received this. And I'm kind of interested in, instead of Jared Cerna, can I make some form of counter? One of the guys I'm interested in is either Heriberto Hernandez or Griffin Conine. I need outfield depth. I only have the 4 outfielders at the moment, and if one of them gets hurt, I'm kind of in trouble. Now, Griffin Conine's hitting .291 on the season. He has 9 home runs. That's really good. And Heriberto Hernandez is hitting .264 with 7 home runs. He's a little bit of a higher overall, and he's also 2 years younger. Griffin Conine has one more year of renew and then 3 years of ARB. And Heriberto has 2 more years of renew and then 3 years of ARB. I think looking at the stats of these two players, contact 67, contact 66, power 56, power 50, fielding ability is 80, steal is 63, versus Griffin Conine's 62, 78, 52, 51, fielding 61, speed 45. I'm inclined to want Heriberto Hernandez. I am fine with saying I don't want Jared Cerna, but he's on their trade block, so if they're trying to get rid of him, then I guess we can figure something out to make it work. So what we're really doing here is we're dumping Trevor Story, and we're trying to get back Heriberto. So here's the swap, right? Is that it's 3 swaps at once. We're getting rid of Zach Kelly, who has been only up for a game, or he's pitched in 9 games. He's been fine. In exchange for Ronnie Enriquez. I think I'm going to take Jared Cerna out, because I think they're going to be like, nah, 3 players for that is not awesome. I think I'm going to try and swap it for Heriberto. I might have to swap Zach Kelly for a different reliever. I don't want to, though. They're also looking for right fielders. Could I throw Tyler McDonough their way? Maybe. So they're getting 4 players, and I'm hitting on 2 of their wants. And in return, I'm getting Ronnie Enriquez and Heriberto Hernandez. I'm going to offer that as a counter. They'll get back to me in a few days. Now, they're recommending that I'm a buyer at this deadline, and I would, in general, agree with them. So, getting rid of Tyler McDonough would kind of suck, but he does have D potential. I think that Andrew Monasterio is a candidate to be brought up once Trevor Story is out of here, but I guess we're going to have to see. So, the draft's in 6 days. This is my last week that I get to actually scout. Please say that I can actually get a hit here and actually score some runs. We're in a tie game. We are 47-42, which means that we're really good when I don't jump in. I think that we'd have 50-something wins if I hadn't jumped into so many games at this point. I have single-handedly lost this, like, maybe 10 games. I think I want Willier to come in and face this guy instead. In a 1-0 count. And they walked me! What a jerk! Romy, this disrespect cannot stand. They don't respect you. The manager of the Angels, whose name is evading me, does not respect you. Come on, Romy. Go get him. This game does not respect you. Ben Joyce said, I'd rather face that boy who sometimes has a good mustache who played at the University of Florida. That ball's up. And tag up and go. We're running. Oh, wait, he's going to get him over at first. Or at third. He's safe! And the Red Sox have the lead! I didn't mean to send Tristan Casas, by the way. That was completely a mistake. Caleb Durbin is in a generational cold streak. He's down to hitting .211 on the season. This is insane. Like, we're now back at the point where we're talking about trading Caleb Durbin. Aroldis Chapman, you're coming into the game. Get warm, dude. We have a game to win. That's a pitiful contact from Caleb Durbin and is not going to drop in. That is going to be the final out. Aroldis Chapman is going to come in, and I'm going to try and win this game. Josh Lowe is at the plate. Strike 1 from Chapman. Another fastball. Strike 2. Let's go with a third fastball. Down and away. Swinging. Got him. Aroldis Chapman with the strikeout. And here's Jorge Soler. That's 1. That's 2. And picked up by Durbin. Sent on over. Soler is slow and he's out. And here comes one of the greatest players of this generation, Mike Trout. He's going to see strike 1 from Chapman. He's going to challenge it. Go to the ABS. See what it says. That ball is a millimeter outside. It's going to be ball 1. If anyone knows the zone, it's going to be Mike Trout. He's going to see that one. That's going to get through. Trout gets a single. The winning run. And Zach Neto is at the plate. Strike 1. And he puts one on a line. It's up. It's back. But so is Jarren Duran. Or is that Roman? I can't tell. The Red Sox win in a game that I jump into. I scored a run and we won a game. That's awesome. Yippee. And the trade is accepted. Big moves happening for the Red Sox. We have our new closer in Ronnie Enriquez, currently down in AAA, or in High A, I guess. Whatever. I think he's in AAA right now. He's coming on up to... Why is he on the Greenville Drive? Get on up here, bro. Ronnie Enriquez, new closer. He's got the velo. He's got the pitch mix. He's got the clutch. And he's got the hit per 9 against righties. Ronnie Enriquez is coming on in. And with him is Heriberto Hernandez, who is going to go hang out down in AAA for a while. And he will come up when we need him to. It's a good trade. And we have dumped so much salary. We get rid of Trevor Story's big $23.3 million per year. We get rid of Tristan Casas, who is the most injury-prone man on face of earth, and Miami can deal with him later. Tyler McDonough, who's been hitting .455 in AAA this year, by the way, across probably only 6 games in AAA. I just called him up from AA. And Zach Kelly, who his ERA has been kind of falling off the last couple of games. Yeah, 6 earned runs in 12 innings. So I think that's a huge trade. You can look at that and go, that's not a huge trade. I think that's a huge trade. We have instantly upgraded our entire team. So Ronnie Enriquez is being added to the 40, and he's coming up to the major league level, and he is going to be a relief pitcher for us. We're going to let Chapman hang on to this for a while. Ronnie Enriquez, I don't know why. He's been in the majors for a couple years. I don't know why he was down in single A. But he is now here, and we are going to make sure that Heriberto is going to hang out in AAA. I just don't have a need for Heriberto at the moment, but he is nice depth to have. Right, currently we have Jaron, we have Romy, we have Sadon, we have Willier, and we had Massa, and that was the whole problem, was that we had too many guys. And now we have cleared up another big issue for us, which was, what do we do about Trevor Story? He is now out. And Andrew Monasterio, who's been raking in AAA, is able to come on up to the major league level. I think that we can probably play Andrew Monasterio. Maybe not every day, but I think that he can be a consistent bat for us. He's hitting the ball well this season. Franklin Arias has been pretty solid at AA, which is really nice to see. I think that just fixed a lot of our problems. Now, the new problem is that we don't have any first baseman now. So let's go over to our trade hub. Let's take a look at this. I have a lot of pitchers on the block right now, and I don't have a ton of pitchers in my organization to begin with. Johan Oviedo has been not awesome down in AAA. Patrick Sandoval has been dreadful at the major league level. I'm actually about to swap them. Johan Oviedo is coming up, and Patrick Sandoval is going down. Never mind. I guess I'm just DFAing Patrick Sandoval. Maybe I can make a new trade with Patrick Sandoval. All right, I'm going to try and build out a trade that involves Patrick Sandoval, and maybe try and get one of these other guys that I've been looking at, and I will see you in a few moments. So I've determined that now that we are in July, we're going to try and be buyers. So we're doing this trade right here, or at least we're going to try to do it. I have no idea if it's going to actually go through, but we are going to try and trade Giovanni Moran, Connor Wong, and Philip Sykes to the Phillies for Edmundo Sosa. Now, Edmundo Sosa is a little bit older. He's about 30 years old at this point, but he's hitting 14 home runs. He's hitting 235. I was thinking about Bryson Stott at first, but then I looked at the numbers, and I was like, oh, wait, Edmundo's actually doing pretty solid. And if he's stuck over here, then, because, let's think about the Phillies infield for a second, right? Bryce Harper, Bryson Stott, Alec Baum, Trey Turner. So Edmundo Sosa only plays those positions. Like, these guys don't play anywhere else. So he has to be sitting on the bench somewhere, right? Maybe he's DHing for them. And then I also tossed in Keaton Anthony as a first baseman prospect, 24 years old, 62 overall. Kind of just to make like players match, but I could also use some first base depth if we're being totally honest. At the moment, I could really use a guy like Keaton Anthony, who's also not hitting too poorly at the moment. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna send it through. It's kind of the best thing I could figure out. The Phillies are gonna consider my offer. They'll get back to me in a few days. I was kind of just looking at second baseman and shortstop and realized there's not a ton out there. Nico Horner was kind of on my radar. Dansby Swanson was never an option for me. I was not ever considering it. I mean, Ellie would have been sick, but Matt McClain is also the type of player that I would be considering, but he's only hit 2 home runs this year, so the power is not translating for him at the moment. Guy like Joey Ortiz, I thought about. His fielding is really good, with the power just typically is not there. Bryce Terang obviously is awesome for him. Luis Rengifo is like one of the worst players in the league in real life right now. Yeah, like there was just not a ton as I was going through. I was like, like that might be an option, but I don't really love it, you know. Like Brandon Lau, I thought about Brandon Lau, but then I was like, I don't know. So we'll find out. This would be us taking on money, but it wouldn't be a ton of money. It would only be us taking on an additional $1.5 million. It would still give us 48 to work with. But we are in the middle, just about in the middle of this week still. I haven't gone through any more games. They rejected our trade. Does not match their priorities. Take note of the assets we're seeking and reconsider offer. Phillies. I would like to remind you of what you said you were interested in. A relief pitcher, a catcher, and a right fielder. You said you were interested in all of them, but you liars. So Cedon is officially cold. He's not hitting especially well, but he has hit 18 home runs this year, which means he's already surpassed his season high in his career, which is great. He is being paid $6.3 million until 2032. I did not sign him to that, by the way. He's been pretty solid, but the hitting is starting to fall off a little bit, so I'm getting a little bit nervous about that. As a result, I'm going to move him back down. I'm moving Caleb Durbin to the 8. This combination has been seeming to be working out recently. Roman Anthony's hitting is up. Wilson Contreras' hitting is, I believe, coming back up. I think it was down before. So, yeah, Cedon's going to move back down in the order, though. Isaac Paredes has another 2 home run day. That I'm not going to jump in. We won 18-3. That is absolutely crazy. All right, score. The game is tied 0-0 in the top of the 10th. Romy Gonzalez at the plate against AJ Minter. No, Romy's good against lefties? Have I been messing this up the whole time? Is Romy good against lefties and not righties? Come on, drop in. That's going to drop. Nice, okay. We're not going to go home with it, though. Would have been hosed. Now the bases are juiced for Cedon. Maybe Cedon can get something going here. Get himself back on track. He's going to instead pop. I don't know how I popped that. I just don't know how I popped that out. Like, I was barely early on it. I was not even under it. Like it's in my PCI. It's middle. Connor Wong is now up. Let's see if we can get Connor Wong Dong Gong going here. And it's away. I'm chasing. I have bases loaded and I'm chasing. And a chase another one out of zone. Oh my god. Simulate. We're going to lose. Yep, they walked us off. I can't believe I just did that. You know, it gets really disheartening after a while realizing that I am the problem. I'm going to kind of just jump in. I don't have any guys that I'm looking at or targeting. Let's start the draft. The first pick of the draft belongs to the White Sox. It is Cosmo Sanchez, who was our number 5 player in the draft, a 21-year-old shortstop. With a name like that, he's going to be a star. That's a sick name. Pick number 2 belongs to the Rays. They take Hank Adamson, who has the sickest mustache in the game. 98 potential as of my 5% scouting. He was my number 37 player in the draft. 18 years old, though. He might be legit if they're taking him number 2. Makes me think that I might have totally scuffed everything here. Third pick, Minnesota takes Jimmy Inman, who was our number 12 player in the draft. Maybe up to 98 potential, 86 overall. So he was still there. So we have 4 minutes to make our pick. Pete Feldman is supposedly the number 1 player in this draft, or the number 4 player in the draft. I don't know how much I believe that. Efrain Little, though, we scouted him halfway. He's the number 3 player in the draft. He's still here at 20. That makes me think there might be something about him. But if he's supposedly the number 4 player in the draft, can Pete Feldman really be that bad? Now, the hitting is definitely not going to be there at the moment, but I think that this potential might hang on for a while. Like, does the, and this is just me not knowing how the new draft system works, does this come down? Does his MLB draft rank come down from 4? I don't know. I mean, Efrain Little is supposed to be the number 1 player in the draft. And I scouted him halfway, and his potential is probably pretty solid. I think I have to go with the guy that I know. I'm going to go with Efrain Little at pick number 20 here. He's 21 years old, which might be a little bit older. That probably wasn't the best of picks. There's a chance that Omar Sanchez is pretty sick. I've totally scuffed this draft. I'm going to draft Omar Sanchez. I don't know how to do draft. I have to learn a little bit more about how to do this. I can't wait to see which guys I totally missed on. The only guy on my top 100 that is still here is this pitcher, Peter Caruth. He's a switch-hitting, lefty-throwing, left-handed pitcher who's maybe got somewhere in the realm of 70 potential. And he's my 100th player on my draft board. So I'm just going to take him. And I bet he sucks. I bet he really sucks. At this point, there's no guys left that I've totally scouted. No one left that I'm even really close on. The second baseman, Jacob Hanna, though, might be pretty solid. The hitting tool does not seem like it's there, but he looks like he's pretty fast. His potential might be really high. I'm kind of down, but he's 22 years old, so he's not going to really reach that potential. Is there anyone else that has a high potential out here? I'm going to go with Max Stone, the catching prospect. 86 to 97 potential at 40% scouted, 38 to 49 overall. He's going to really suck. But maybe he has some decent potential. How many rounds are there even in this draft? I have no idea. I'm going to go with Jacob Hanna. I'm running out of players that I've even scouted. All right. I think that I totally messed up on the draft. I think that was terrible. I think I did a terrible job. They're down. We're up 2. Chap's on the mound. Bichette's up. 2 on. Bichette would win this game with a swing. Can we hold on? First pitch, Bo Bichette swinging through it. That's going to be strike number 1 from Aroldis Chapman. And a heater. We get him on another one. It's going to be popped up. It's going to be popped back. And Saydon's got it. Sox win. Isak Paredes with another home run. He's got to be in the 30s by now. Garrett Crochet went 8. Isak Paredes has 31 home runs and is hitting .304 this season. He's hit 21 home runs in the last 2 months since we traded for him. Jose Ramirez in second place. They are virtually tied right now in the vote. They actually have the same amount of votes. Jose, of course, is a 96 overall, though, to Isak's 84. Junior Caminero is down here in third place. Bobby Witt, Corey Seager, Gunnar Henderson, Jeremy Pena are all hitting above 3. What on earth is Corey Seager doing? Corey Seager, you can induct him into the Hall of Fame today if he does this. 29 home runs, 368, 1130 on base plus slugging in 85 games played. That is on another level. You've got to be kidding me with that. One of my team's players has been selected. I would like to play the home run derby, actually. And I would like to lock myself as Isaac Paredes up against Aaron Judge, Rafael Devers, Corey Seager, Pete Alonso, Shohei Ohtani, Ketel Marte, and Ronald Acuna Jr. I doubt I'm going to do it because he has 78 power. He's hit 31 home runs. That is insane. How has that not gone up? Maybe it has gone up. He just has that good of contact. If so, why can't I hit home runs with him? Top 4 advance to the second round. Oh my god, it was early on one. That was wicked early. That's not going to drop in either. That's a good one. 450. That's going to drop just short. Oh, it got out. Okay, sick. That's 3. That's going to not go. So I'm assuming that Isaac Paredes is really benefiting from hitting them over the monster. Because his power is not great, but he has a great launch angle. I mean, just like, think about how many of those are just clearing the monster. That was early. That was dead center. God, I just keep fouling him off. All right, this is the last one that I'm going to call a timeout. Yep, okay. Back up with some more. I don't think I'm going to get it. I think I've hit too many foul. That was a bad pitch. Pitcher, you suck. That one sucks too. Give me good pitches. What are you throwing, bro? Oh my god. My pitcher just sold for me. He's throwing crap. Nope. No, my pitcher sucks. I hit 9 home runs. That is pathetic. My pitcher sucked. And I don't move on. I hit the least amount of home runs in the entire thing. That's pathetic. And Rafi wins it. This is the worst day of my life. I am going to jump off a bridge. Jesus Christ. My pitcher... Did you see those 5 in a row that were like away and in the dirt? Throw good pitches, dude. All right, I'm going to player lock on Isaac Paredes. And we're going to play the All-Star game. God, that pissed me off, dude. I was getting some junk pitch. And yeah, I was ahead on a couple of them. But, like, what am I supposed to do with the one that's, like, way the heck over there? Throw a good pitch. You're supposed to be my batting practice pitcher. Or my dad or whatever. And you sucked at your job. Emmett Sheehan on the mound. That's crazy. I'm just swinging at crap now because I'm so pissed. That was so annoying. And I'm swinging at crap down the way. I'm going to get like 1 at bat in this game. Alright, this is probably my last at bat, then they're going to swap me out for some other schmuck. And I was just behind on it. That would have been a home run if I was early. I thought it was going to drop, though. I thought it was going to be like a way slower pitch. That was a circle change, not a slider. I'm going to get cooked by Dennis Santana. I'm going to delete my YouTube channel. I swear to God. I can't hit with this dude. But apparently he's like the greatest pitcher of all time. Or the greatest hitter of all time. But I cannot get him. Kenley, just throw the ball, bro. Enough with the fancy crap. Just throw the damn ball. That was outside too. Why the hell did I swing at it? What is wrong with me? I can build a good team, but I can't play this goddamn game. Like ground. Jesus. And that's probably it for him. At least I turn a double play. I can field. I can pitch. Can't hit, though. Go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in the All-Star game. Oh, I didn't strike out last time. That's right. I grounded out exactly like that. And it's like, that's a good pitch. Why can't I hit it? What is wrong with me? I have to get myself back on track. I am actively hurting this team. I'm going to pick this game right here. I'm going to quick count it. Play the whole thing. It's the first game back from the break. We're wearing our Reds. We're at home. Playing with quick counts. I need Narvi to turn his season around. I really do. He cannot be playing this badly. And Narvi has a long leash. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to trade Narvi. He has a long leash at the moment. But if we go like, if we're like in next year and he's still hitting like 210, then we're going to think about maybe trying to upgrade. This is our second time maybe seeing Ranger Suarez in this Let's Play. He's going to strike out Jonathan Aranda for the first out of the game. Now here's Junior Caminero, who has some big homer power. That ball's going to drop in. I don't know why Ranger Suarez's control is so poor, but it seems like these balls could just end up anywhere. Maybe it's just his fastball, but his cutter might be his best pitch. Just ring him up. Good stuff, Ranger. And it's a 1-1 count out of Chandler Simpson, who, as far as I'm aware, has no barrels on his career. I don't think he's, at least in real life. I think it'd be the funniest option if he continued to have no barrels in his career. And he will be stealing, so I will be prepared to do that. And here's Jake Fraley. Nope. Alright, well, no matter what I do, 93 speed, 98 steal is gonna get you like that. And that's gonna be popped up. And Jake Fraley is going to be out. It's the end of 1. Alright, Drew Rasmussen's on the other end. Jarren Duran was an all-star this year. Probably should have player lost as Jarren Duran. Instead of as, Nope, I guess not. I guess I just suck with everybody. Alright, here's the other all-star from our team, Isaac Paredes. And he's going to hit that one on the ground right at shortstop. That's going to be an out. Here's Roman Anthony, who I don't know if he was in the All-Star game. I didn't see him come up, but Roman's going to put a piece on that one. It's going to be off the wall. And he's going to be gunned out at second, I guarantee it. He's safe. Never mind. He's good. Roman Anthony with a double, 22nd of the season. Here comes Wilson Contreras now, the big hitting first baseman. Can he get one? Can he put one aboard? He gets a piece of it. It's back. It's up, and it's off the wall. And that's going to be a bases, I guess, clearing double for Wilson Contreras. 1 run comes across. The Sox have the lead 1-0. Really got a good piece of that one. Landed just halfway up the wall. Now here's Willier. And that's going to be a pop-out to end the inning. All right, well, we got one aboard. We can hit. I can hit the baseball. It is possible. All right, stopped, had a little dinner, refocused myself. I've stopped being mad about the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby. We're going to lock back in, and we're going to win this baseball game.
That's ball 3.
This is a bad spot to challenge, but I feel... It sucks. I shouldn't have challenged it. I felt really confident in it, and I was wrong. I thought it caught the zone. And Williams going to come on and make the catch for out number 1 in the second inning. Here's Ben Williamson. Don't really know who this guy is. Got 4 home runs and 286 on the season. Either way, Rangers going to go right at him. Got him looking silly on the first pitch there.
3.
Ring him up. He's going to challenge it now. And he is going to catch the zone. That is going to be strike 3. Now we've both wasted a challenge. All right, I feel a little bit better about it now. And here's Cedric Mullins.
Ball inside.
Have we already played this team? I think we've already played the Rays. But, you know, coming out of the break, I wanted to get myself locked in, refocused, ready to play. And we're doing just that here today. As this is going to be the third out. Romy Gonzalez now up at the plate. Romy's been, you know, hitting pretty well since we kind of gave him the full-time role over at second. And he's going to catch that one. It's going to be up and just at the wall. I don't get how that's not a better hit than it is. Caleb Durbin's going to catch one now, and it's going to go up, and it's going to be up against the wall. And that's a home run for Caleb Durbin. Maybe that'll get him back on track. 350 feet off the light. 95-mile-an-hour exit velo. Home run that only Caleb Durbin. That's the only real type of homer he can do other than hitting ones onto the boat at Great America Ballpark. Really got that one pretty solidly and hit it halfway up the light pole. Man, I don't think that would have been out at any other park, though. I think that would have come down at the warning track at almost every other place. And Sadon's going to rip one into left field on the first pitch he sees. And that'll be a single. Drew Rasmussen in a little bit of trouble here in the second inning. As here comes Carlos Narvaez. That was honestly a terrible pitch for Sadon to go get. All the way down here. Does catch it, though. And that one is right in the middle of the zone. And that's going to be a bad throw. And everybody's going to be safe. Going to be an E5 over there on is that Jonathan Arouse or Jonathan Aranda? I forget who plays over there. But either way, Jaron Duran's now up 1 out. Bottom of the second. And he's going to see one. He's going to drive it. It's going to go way back. And it's going to drop at the wall. Sadon's coming around, and he is going to score easily, and it is 3-0 Boston. Jaron Duran, RBI doubles, going to bring him to 21 doubles on the season. He's going to bounce right at the wall, not bounce up and out, though. Have an inside pitch that he got his bat on, pulled it. Good piece of hitting there. Here's Isak. That one is going to just tail foul. Behind on it, and I was below it. I'm surprised I caught it at all, honestly. And the sweeper down and away to Paredes. He's going to strike out swinging. I keep forgetting we're doing quick counts. There's Roman Anthony. 16 homers on the season at the All-Star break. Duplicates that for the second half. We're looking at a 30-homer season for the Rook. He's hitting .471 in his last 4 games, though, going into the All-Star break. Made an appearance at the All-Star game. Hopefully he can continue. That's a really bad song. I don't know what I was doing with that. Hopefully he can continue that into the back half of the season. Obviously not at .471, but... Oh, and that is smoked out of the stadium, but foul. Up and over those bleachers out there. And it's down way, or just straight down, actually. And I don't catch it. Rays last series kind of did not play all too well. We got to be taking advantage of that, even after the break when everyone's all rested and mental reset. It's going to be a 1-2 count now to Nick Fortes. That ball's way out. I don't know what happened there, but Ranger Suarez has let go of the ball a little early, I guess. And he's going to ring him up. Doesn't matter. Nick Fortes goes down. Ranger Suarez with his 4th strikeout of the game. And here's Theo Gillen now at the plate. Man, I really don't know this Rays lineup at all. That's going to be a sinker. He's going to drop in for a strike. Ranger delivers 1-2. Gonna swing through it. That's another strikeout. Ranger Suarez with his 5th strikeout in the first 7 batters that he's seen. Actually, he's seen 9 batters. So 5 strikeouts on 9 batters is great efficiency. There was Jonathan Aranda. And he's gonna strike him out again too. 6 strikeouts for Ranger Suarez. The Sox lead 3-0 going into the bottom of the 3rd. His eyes were a little bummed. All right, Wilson Contreras back up at the plate now, bottom of the 3rd, and the 1-1 count to Drew Rasmussen. And Wilson Contreras puts one on the line, and that is way gone! Wilson Contreras rips one to the monster. 398 feet if it doesn't hit that tarp out there. And the Sox are up 4-0. This is the game I needed. I needed this. I needed a game where the hitting was working and it's all coming together. That's going to be ripped down the line fair. Willier, he's going to find just one. It's going to be a single. Long singer for Willier. Now I got a man on, no outs. Romy Gonzalez back up at the plate. That's going to... No, I'm going to challenge that. I don't think so. Yeah, way out! Oh my god, what a terrible call from the ump. I almost didn't challenge it. I was almost like, yeah, well, I'm called it, so... Come on, Romy, let's get one. Romy's going to put one on the line. It's going to bounce off the base of the wall. And here comes everybody in, and everyone's safe. Willier to 3rd. Romy to 2nd for a double. 15th of the season for him. And we have 2nd and 3rd with no outs for the Red Sox. Barely dropped in fair. Beautiful piece of hitting from Mr. Romy Gonzalez. Oh, that's so close to being out. And they're going to pull Rasmussen. His day is done in the top of the 4th. They're going to go to Joe Boyle, who's an ERA north of 7. Here comes Caleb Durbin. Had a home run last time he was up. Maybe his 4th of the season. Caleb Durbin. Did he get another one? Please tell me he did. Off the top of the wall. He could have gone for 2. And that's going to score another one. Caleb Durbin with another RBI on the day. And it will be 6-0 Red Sox. Swing through it. It's fine. He's safe. Stolen base for Caleb Durbin is 13th of the season. I'm fine swinging through that. Sadon at the plate now. And he's going to see one. Sadon, give it a drive. It's going out, and it is going to just be at the warning track. Right by the wall. Gave it a good ride, though. Hit only 89 miles an hour of exit velo for Sadon. I'm imagining most of Sadon's homers are going up onto the wall. Up onto the monster. Here's Carlos Narvaez, who got out last time he was up. A 1-2 count now. He's going to watch one. 2024? Oh, like December. It was like November of 24. It was like one of the first trades that Breslow did. 3-2 count now. To Carlos Narvaez. And didn't have to swing, but does anyways. And it is going to be snagged over there by the shortstop. Who I actually don't know who that is. Is that Theo dude? Well, here's Jarren Duran now with 2 outs and a runner on. Maybe Jarren can get his 21st of the year. He's going to swing under that one. It's going to be now a 1-2 count. I thought it was going to fall in. I thought, like, I saw, like, the splitter coming in, and I thought it was going to fall, and it just didn't. That's going to be way inside. We're going to take off for 3rd. And Durbin's going to be safe. The wild pitch. Runner on 3rd now. Jarren Duran, can he knock another one in? We're running on contact. 2 outs here. Just rips it foul. Just a little bit early on it. Placed it good for Ripper down the line. And Duran is way under it. That's going to strike out. But we do get a couple more across in the 3rd inning. And Ranger Suarez has 50 pitches through 4, which is definitely promising. And flip it, and he's out. Nice. Good play by Wilson Contreras to knock it down, flip it up. He's got it. Suarez, 53 pitches now to Chandler Simpson. And he dove, and he doesn't quite get there. Let's see if I can pick off Chandler Simpson. Romy got injured doing that? Oh my god, dude. No. Oh no. Please tell me he didn't get the Trevor Story injury. Caleb Simpson not running yet. Maybe he's looking for the circle change, but he's not going to get it. Holy Jake Fraley. That ball is crushed. And that's going to out into the dugouts in right field. 101 off the bat, and that's going to make it 6-2. Guess you don't need to steal the base if you have faith in your guy, right? Holy, he killed that ball. Where did I pitch that anyways? Oh, I guess I did kind of just put it like top shelf for him to go get. That's fine. Carson Williams is going to foul that one off. It's in a 3-2 count. I'm not concerned about Ranger giving that up. I'm still rocking with him right now. All right, here comes the sinker high. Gonna rip that one foul right into a fan's face. We get the cutter in on the low part of the zone. He's gonna make good contact. Carson Williams going back, and it's caught by Cedon Rafaela for the 2nd out. I'm really Ranger has to get through the order twice. If he gets through the order twice, I'm very confident in our ability to win this game. If we have to go to our pen early, I become a little bit less confident. Isak Brady's 4th in the league in OPS right now, hitting .965, 302 batting average, with something like 31 home runs. Isak with more than 20 home runs for the Sox this year is going to fly this one up, and it is going to be caught out there in right field. Red Sox, Yankees, Royals, Astros, Rangers, Braves, Brewers, Pirates, Padres amongst potential trade deadline buyers. Okay, so we got to go find the sellers then. Who's selling? Roman's hitting well this year, but I think I've yet to see him actually get a hit. He might. Maybe he got one last time we came around the order. Gonna swing way through that one, way underneath it. Didn't even come close. I needed a game like this where I could just play loose, right? Where it's like, I'm just gonna play the whole game. Oh, he drops it. Gonna pick it up and get it over though. And just kind of like get a sense for the game, right? Get a sense for swinging the bat. Make good contact just early. I don't know how I didn't kill that ball. I'm surprised he's still out here, honestly. And he's going to get through 2. Sox are on kind of a heater coming into this game here. 8-2 in their last 10 is a really good stat line. So here's Cedric Mullins now. Going to pop that one up. Durbin's heading on back, and he's going to go grab it just in the shallow grass. And that one's going to get ripped into the outfield. It's going to be picked up by Jarren Duran. Sent on into second. Nick Fortes with a single on the day. And it's at this point in the game where you start to wonder, are they going to start warming someone up in the bullpen? And the answer is going to be yes. Ryan Watson is a candidate to get traded. I do want to have Ronnie Enriquez come in at some point in this game. I'm going to have Patrick Sandoval warm up, and I'm going to pitch with him to see if I can figure out what the issue is with him. We don't have Brian Bayo anymore. We have Patrick Sandoval instead. And that's going to be the 3rd out. Grounded right at Wilson Contreras. Tarek Skubal, Zach Wheeler, and Framber Valdez are all on the block. Zach Wheeler wouldn't be a bad pickup for us, but I don't think the Phillies are interested in doing any moves with us at the moment. I'm also not interested in Tarek Skubal. Look, I know Tarek Skubal's awesome. Oh, Willier just struck out in one pitch. Look, I know he's awesome. I'm not interested in paying him what he's going to have to be paid. So I'm not interested in giving up what it's going to have to take to get him. He's going to be owed something like $50 million. I don't have that to give him. So I'm not. I don't want to trade for a guy I'm not going to be able to pay in 2 months. We're not in win now mode. Caleb Durbin smokes another one foul. He's on a heater today. Also, I'm not interested at all in Framber Valdez. Just as a pitcher, as a human being, not interested in Framber. As that one's way out in the dirt and Durbin caught swinging. Should've done that. So Joe Boyle, they're just letting him rock right now. He must be another starter. He must be like their long reliever, a starter that he sent into the pen. Sadon puts that one to the warning track again. Man. All right, Suarez at 88 pitches. He's still got a little bit of energy here. I don't want to pull him too much, though. I'm going to kind of give him like one more hit or until he's at like 95 pitches. Swinging through it. Junior Caminero goes down swinging. That's going to be strikeout number 7 for Ranger Suarez today. I'm really not interested in Chandler Simpson being at the plate again. Because he walks or he gets a hit and he's automatically just standing on second base. He didn't last time. Jake Fraley smoked one last time he was up. He's going to swing through that one, though. He's going to strike out. Rangers number 8 on the day. Here's Jake Fraley. Smoked a baseball last time. Ranger at 97 pitches. This is his last batter. Either way. Now, we're not going to give Jake anything he can hit now. All right, now we're in a 2-2 count. Now we're going to take the fastball low and inside. If he wants to golf hit one, he can do that. All right, only caught it. Range up to 100 pitches. This is his last batter either way. Got through 6 innings. He's going to ground that one. What are you doing, Wilson? And that's going to do it for Ranger Suarez. I'm going to put in Patrick Sandoval. It's a great outing for him. I am going to warm up, though. My entire bullpen is righties. I should trade for a lefty. That's what I should do. Warm up Tanner Houck. Patrick Sandoval, that's going to be ball 2. 2-1 count now from Patrick Sandoval. And that one's going to get popped up into the air. And Sadon's going to come on and clean it cleanly for the out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Carlos, foul tip. That's one to go after, but it's not a good one to go after, right? Like, maybe you catch it and you push it the other way. That one you don't go after at all. I don't know why I swung at it. I got to get Joe off the mound here. Joe's actually been kind of cooking us. Aside from those 2 runs we scored in the first 2 pitches he threw at us. Jarren Duran catches one, sends it high, sends it back, and it's into the stands. 7-2 Red Sox. 413 feet. That's Jarren Duran's 20th of the season. A solo shot puts the Sox up 7-2 here in the 6th. And you have to wonder if that's going to be it for Boyle, who's already thrown 50 pitches. And that's not going to do it. They're going to let him see Isaac Paredes as well, who's 0 for 3 on the day. And that one's up. That one's high. That one's back. And that one is not going to leave the park. It's to dead center. I need Isaac Paredes' power to go up like another 12 this offseason. 78 is insane. And they're going to swap him out, bringing Cole Sulser now to see Roman Anthony in the bottom of the 6th. So not the greatest of games for Isak Paredes, but everyone else has been doing pretty solid. That ball's way outside. The 2-2. He delivers. And Roman's just underneath it. He's going to pop it up, and it's going to be 3 outs. Into the 6th. Sox up 7-2. We have been killing it. Rays, White Sox, Nationals, Cards, and Rockies are the deadline sellers. Still got Patrick Sandoval out here. He can go a while, I think. I'm going to give him a short leash, though. I would love for him to get some clean innings in so that his ERA comes back down so I can trade him. That's kind of my objective with sending him out here, is I was hoping that he'd get like 2 or 3 blank so that he'd drop his ERA back below 9. And that's fielded by IKF, sent on over to Wilson Contreras. It's going to be 2 outs. When we come up, I'm going to warm up Ronnie and... Yeah, I think I'm going to warm up Ronnie. So that he can come in. And that's going to be a hot shot right at Durbin. He's going to pick it up, and he's not going to get it over in time. He did knock it down, saved potentially a double. There's going to be a base hit. I'm totally fine with that. I'd rather it be that than a double.
Nope, that's a ball.
No, I'm challenging that one. That's a strike. That's a strike. Yup. That's a strike. I'm getting better at this, guys. I'm getting better at this. And with 2 outs to put it into a 2-2, that's a good challenge. And he's going to pop that one up. Theo Gillen is going to fly out to Willier. 7th inning stretch brought to you by me. Subscribe. I do want to get a look at Ronnie, so I'm going to have him come on in for the top of the 8th, and then we can have Whitlock close it out, maybe. And that's going to be a soft dribbler over at third baseman. Fielded cleanly, and Wilson Contreras is retired. And here's Willier Abreu, who is, I have no idea for the day. 1 for 3. And that's bad. That's popped, and it's over by the wall, and it is not caught, thankfully. Willier gets another chance at life here. And he's going to swing at one way down in the dirt, and that's going to be 2 outs. And here's IKF now. God, if we lost Romy for any extended period of time, I'd be super upset. Because we really need him to be here to be productive. And Marcelo has not been playing too well down in AAA, so I don't feel very confident in bringing him back up to come play second. So I think Andrew Monasterio would end up being our full-time second baseman in that case, which I also don't love that idea. Caleb Durbin, 6 home runs on the year, which is more than I thought he'd have by this point. And IKF is going to hit that one just to the warning track. It's going to be the end of the 7th. Here comes Ronnie Enriquez, a new Red Sox acquisition. He's already pitched twice for us. 0-0 record. Let's see what the new Red Sox acquisition has to offer. What he has to offer is that ball getting crushed by Jonathan Aranda as here goes Saydon back to the wall, and he makes the catch. And here's Junior Caminero now. Top of the 8th. That ball is going to drop in. It's going to be a soft little blooper. That's not a good throw from Jaron.
Up next for Tampa Bay.
So they're making contact, which is the worrying thing. But is it unmanageable so far? No. Oh my God, Caleb Durbin, you have to field that, my dude. That could have been a double play. We got him out though. We got Chandler Simpson out, so he's at least not on the base path. If we had not, we wouldn't have been able to turn 2. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, because he would have been safe. He was barely safe as is, or barely out as is. So,
Inside ball.
yeah, it's way inside. I'm not going to challenge that one. And he struck him out. Ronnie Enriquez with a clean, albeit maybe a little messy inning. And I think I'm going to let him go out and do the last one, too. I'm going to let Ronnie stay out there for the last inning. Here's Caleb Durbin, 2 for 3 on the day, including a home run, swinging at a ball that he has no business swinging at. And by him, I mean me. It's a pitch from Mason Englert, who's now pitching for the Rays. So if Caleb Durbin can turn it around hitting-wise, he is okay fielding-wise. But he's already made 2 bad mistakes today. I'm sorry, that says NL RBI leaders. Rafael Devers was 75. That's the All-Star break. What are you talking about? That's crazy. Nope, mistake. That's going to be a nice little bloop single for Caleb Durbin, getting on base. And, like, I don't need him to hit homers. I need him to just get on base. That's what you're here to do. You're supposed to be like a 280 hitter with, like, no pop. Same with Cedon. Cedon's got 20 homers, and I genuinely have no idea how. Your guess is as good as mine. I think he's cheating. And Carlos Narvaez is going to get that down to the gap. It's going to be the first hit of the day for the Red Sox. Glad I didn't send him. He would have been out by 5 miles. The ball was there before he would have gotten to short. Here's Jarren Duran, homered his last time up. His 5th at-bat of the day. Oh, and he pulls one that's just into the upper deck foul. If he can catch one like that, but on time, that might be another homer. He's going to pull that one foul, too, up into about section 10 or so. 2-2. And that's going to be a grounder up the middle. We're sending him. He's coming home. Caleb Durbin is going to be safe. Jarren Duran with another RBI knock. Here comes Isak Paredes. 0 for 4 on the day. Hopefully not 0 for 5. And a 2-1 count here. Oh my god. I am going to... Isak's going to request a trade if I keep playing him like this. And that's going to be a pop-out. He's not going to go. There's no way he's going to go. Holy, what a dot. Yeah, good thing I didn't send him. And Mason Engler's day is done after 2 outs. But about 6 batters. Here's Roman Anthony now. Steven Matz, former Red Sox, former Cardinal, I forget where else he was. Ooh, Roman. I had it down and then I thought it was going to come back up, so I pulled it back up. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have swung at all, actually. And Roman's going to pop up and back, and that is going to be another out. Well, as we go to the top of the 9th, this should be our last ups. Ronnie Enriquez is still on. It looks like he has enough stamina to probably do this inning. Pushed it, though, so it's curving weirdly. That ball's going to be popped up in the air. IKF coming on out into shallow right, and that is going to be an out. Willier could have probably gotten to it, but IKF made the play himself. And that's going to be a grounder over to IKF. Fields gets it over. There's one thing you can say about IKF is that he's a pretty good fielder. I like him at second more than I like him at short, though. So 1-1 now to Cedric Mullins. Rays down to their last batter. He's going to foul that one off. Rays now down to their last strike. He's going to foul that one, too. And the 1-2 from Enriquez is going to be grounded. Oh, and that's not going to be played cleanly. The pitch to Fortes is going to be inside, but for a strike. Ronnie Enriquez. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Red Sox win. Sox get a huge win at home. Wait, why was Jarren in right field? Was that really Jaron all game out in right field? A lot of good hitting today. Caleb Durbin, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a homer. Jaron Duran, 3 for 5. A double and a homer. Wilson Contreras, 2 for 4 with a homer. What a game from the boys. Ranger Suarez, 5.2, 8 strikeouts. Only 4 hits, 2 errors allowed by the defense. So, the 6 names I'm looking at. Sonny Gray, who's making $25 million. Patrick Sandoval, who's making $9 million and is a free agent. Ryan Watson, who is a Rule 5 player, but I just don't see the value of keeping him on the team. Greg Weissert, who is absolutely abysmal. Matt Tice, who's on a 1-year, but he's not going to get any better. He's 30 years old. He's a 62 overall. I'm not interested in keeping him around. He's still got ARB somehow. I don't know how. And Giovanni Moran. I don't see anything about an injury here on Romy, which is nice, though. So there are a couple of places that I'm looking to maybe upgrade the team at. But let's go take a look at our prospects. We have until August 1st to sign them. Jacob Hanna is signed. So the reason you do it this way is because if you start them super low, you kind of just know where you're at, and then you know how much money you have to sign your guys later. All right, so Peter Caruth is not interested in the minimum. Omar Sanchez has signed. I'm wondering if we can get him for maybe 4. All right, we do get Efrain Little. He signs for 4. Apparently the number 1 player in the class. We got him at 20th. I don't know why. All right, let's scout these guys a little bit more. Let's get their motivation up a little bit. Like, if this guy's already motivated to sign, he just didn't like the money. As we come into the trade deadline, we are kind of looking to upgrade at shortstop. And I know that like you can be like, oh, but you traded away Trevor Story. Yeah, I know. I did trade away Trevor Story. But he was going to cost us $25 million. And now, if you look at our budget, we actually have some money available to us going into next year. We have shaved a ton of money off the books. Aroldis Chapman is about to leave. He's about to retire. He's also dropping. He started the season as a 92. He's an 87. Aroldis Chapman is a name that I'm looking to move. That's why we brought in Ronnie Enriquez. Now, Ronnie Enriquez is an 81 overall with B potential. He's also 25 years old. So he is going to continue to get better as he plays. More and more and more. Hopefully he's going to continue to be really good and get even better. Now, is there a team that is buying that would maybe want Aroldis Chapman? Potentially. Is there a guy that maybe would want a guy like Sonny Gray? Potentially. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why on earth would you do this? Why would you trade this away? When you have Aroldis Chapman, why would you trade Aroldis Chapman? Well, he's getting worse. His stats have not been, they've been good this year. But he is progressively getting worse, and we owe him $13 million this year, and then he's a free agent. So this is a guy that, like, I don't know if having him would be more valuable than having, like, Abner Uribe. And the Brew Crew are in a position where maybe they're looking to upgrade to win right now. So maybe they're interested in doing Abner Uribe for Aroldis Chapman. You can have Aroldis Chapman as long as you take Patrick Sandoval and you give me Sal Frelick back. This is a stupid trade. They're going to say absolutely no way. So trading a guy like Sonny Gray becomes you're looking for an instance where a team is looking for a guy to complete their rotation right now. And a team that might be willing to do that is going to have to give up something in the process. Oh, they moved like all their pieces. What the heck? Hold on. Let me go look at I need to go look at transactions that have happened. Trades. The Royals acquired Adolis Garcia from the Phillies for Carson Rocaforte. The Mets acquired Austin Hayes for Jacob Reimer. The Phillies acquired Robert Snelly and Jacob Miller from the Marlins for Edmundo Sosa, Dylan Moore, and Brad Keller. The Phillies acquired Walker Jenkins from the Twins for Alec Baum and Aaron Nola. The Marlins acquired Javi Baez, Kyle Finnegan, Jake Rogers, and Kenley Jansen from the Tigers for Liam Hicks, Jacob Berry, and Davison De Los Santos. Jeff McNeil is a Diamondback for Kason Cunningham. And there's my trade. The Twins acquired Dean Kramer, Aaron Kittredge, and Felix Bautista from the Orioles for Merrick Houston and Marco Reyes. Why have I not heard about any of these trades happening? These are big moves. The Reds got Taylor Ward and Chris Bassett for Luis May and Tyson Lewis. The Royals have Tyler O'Neill for Frank Mazzucato. The Twins got what? Luis Arias, Sam Henches, and Harrison Bader from the Giants just for Emmanuel Rodriguez. Matt Chapman is a Blue Jay for Arjun Namala. Jake Woodford, Brian Baker, and Garrett Clevenger for Enrique Bradfield Jr. Zach McKinstry is an Oriole for Luis De Leon. The Brewers got Yandy Diaz. I did see that. I was like, what? That's weird. Griffin Jacks for Connor Phillips. Gleyber Torres for Logan Evans. I saw that Yankees one. It was considered a blockbuster, so I heard about it. Jojo Romero is a Yankee for Yanquiel Fernandez. This would be the funniest thing I could ever do, actually. Trading for Mookie would actually be so funny if I can make it work. For the last couple of years, Mookie has been getting a little bit worse every year. He is 33 years old, and he's supposed to be paid until he's 40. $30 million a year. God, but bringing Mookie home would overhaul this team. Financially, does it make sense? No. Does not make any sense. But when you have Jarren Duran and you have Isaiah Kiner Falefa and you have Greg Weissert, does this get it done? So you might be thinking, why would I ever trade Jarren Duran? He has 20 home runs for us right now. He's one of our best hitters. Jarren Duran is about to go to arbitration, but to be owed probably a decent amount of money. This would also allow us some flexibility to play Roman Anthony in left, let him really develop. Infield of the future becomes Roman, Sadon, and Willier. I get a shortstop who can also play the outfield at a very high level, and he hits very well. Mookie's hitting ability would replace Jarren Duran at the position of IKF / Jarren Duran. So these are the three pieces you're asking for. I think we're going to try and undo Chaim Bloom's biggest mistake. I'm going to offer it to the Dodgers, and we'll see what happens. Is that a dumb trade? It absolutely is. It is the stupidest trade I've ever concocted. Let's see what happens, though, when we sim a few days. Home team, down 2. Bases loaded. All right, Willier's up. Bases loaded. I think I only have like a single with Willier in this franchise as the user. And that's why, because I see a pitch coming down the pipe and I slam the PCI all the way down. I think the trades I'm doing are risky, but I think they could pay off. Way out in front. No need to swing at that. I think what happens, right, when I jump into these games is that I spend so much time basically playing Menu Simulator with the other parts of this game that I forget how to do the baseball part. And then I come in here and I'm like, what do I do again? Swing at everything? All right. Lined straight at the second baseman. I don't think the Dodgers are going to do that trade. I think there's a chance we get the other one to go through. Holy, Romy Gonzalez has smoked the ball. It's off the wall. That's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. Romy Gonzalez with a RBI double. And the game is tied 2-2 with the perfect from Romy. It looks like Romy's fine. He was just kind of got that wind knocked out of him the other day. That's why he came out. That ball has basically hit Romy Gonzalez in the face. And that's going to do it for the 8th inning. Ronnie Enriquez is back in. He's back at it again with the Krispy Kreme. That's strike. And Mullen's going to foul that one off. I think this has been one of my longest recording sessions that I've done for this series. Or for really any series. I've been recording for 3 hours and 16 minutes. When I started this video, it was bright out. Now it's 9:47. And that's going to be a chopper right over to Willier. Nope. Wilson. 0-1. That's going to be in there for strike 2, and Theo Gillen's going to challenge it. I think it is. I think he's right. Oh, it does catch the zone. That's going to be upheld. 0-2. I need Ronnie. Nice. Good job. Good job, boys. All right, we can get a walk-off right now. Our first walk-off of the year. Caleb Durbin's up first. Mason Englert had a meltdown on the mound yesterday. He is going to get Caleb Durbin for the first out. Here's Cedon Rafaela, 1 for 7 on this series so far. Not the greatest of a series of 2 games that we've ever seen. And Cedon's going to get under that one and pop it up. And it's all going to come down to Jarren Duran, who did hit a home run yesterday. 20 home runs on the year. Some rumors that he might be getting shipped out, though. And that is weakly hit, but it is going to drop in for a single. So a runner is on for now the team's best power hitter, who they might just... Oh, never mind. It's IKF. I thought it was... I should have called the timeout and figured out where the heck Isak Paredes was. All right. Ronnie, you did good, but you're tired. So Garrett Whitlock, come in and help us. Got him over there. Got him over at first. But now Junior Caminero is up. I don't want to see Junior Caminero right now. Enrique Bradfield Jr. is going to come pinch hit. I would much rather see Chandler Wilson on the base at the plate. Not on the base paths, but at the plate. I would much rather see Chandler Simpson. Surprised they haven't sent the runner yet. And it's played by Monasterio pretty cleanly. Here's Jake Fraley, who has hit a home run off of us in the last 45 minutes of real time. That ball is up, and it is going to drop in. 1 run comes across. It is now 3-1 Tampa. It's unfortunate. And this loss is going to be attributed to Whitlock if we don't get some runs across in the bottom half of this inning here. Oh, it's not a good one. And it's picked. Got him. All right, only 1 run scored. Edwin Uceda is coming on. Taylor Walls over to third, and here is Roman Anthony. A chance maybe to walk this game off right now. Runner on second base is IKF, who isn't the slowest guy in the world. That was a slow pitch, though. That was a cutter. Okay, I expected more out of this guy. Wilson Contreras is on deck. That means... All right, and he's going to make contact, and he is going to push the runner over. Roman Anthony does not get a home run. Here's Wilson Contreras now. Runner on third. Contreras at the plate. Known power hitter. The pitch out. I don't know where you're looking, buddy. I don't know why they do a pitch out in that situation. It's only a guy on third. He's not going anywhere. I was in front of the cutter. All right, so Willier. Willier 0 for 4 today, having a tremendous downfall at the moment. That ball's high. Come on. Come on, Willier. And that is going to get in. That is going to tie the game in the 10th. Willier gets the RBI, gets on. This game will continue a little bit longer. Oh, my God, and he pops one. All right, we're playing in 11th. I'm definitely getting better at seeing the zone. That kind of sucks. I have to get these 2 guys out expeditiously. Like this is the bottom of the order for a reason. Cedric Mullins has fallen off, and who even knows who the other 2 guys are. Circle change, going to be on the outside. He's going to punch him out. He's going to challenge it, though. Cedric Mullins is going to challenge. I think it is going to be a ball. It is a ball. It is outside. What's nice is that once I'm done cutting this down, it'll be like an hour and a half because I'm going to cut out basically 3.5 hours of nice. Punch him out, Garrett. Like 2.5 hours of just me looking at menus. Trying to figure out who to bring in, who to not bring in. Looking at trade block. That one's going to be popped up. It's going to be a clean inning. Just got to get one, boys. That's all we need. We just need one. And Andrew Monasterio is going to start. He has only one hit since we called him up right before the deadline. 1 for 14. Can he get his second? And his biggest one right here. That one's going. Nope. Standing. That one's up. And that one is also not going to go. Here's Cedar Rafaela. 20 homers on the season. Hitting 223. He's built for moments like this in the green. He has 2 walk-offs in the green already in his career. And do I see number 3? That ball is far, and it's going to be a flyout. Garrett, can I trust that you got me again?
Yeah, got him.
Got him over there. The sack bunt didn't work. And that's going to be the second out. That one's going to score. Now we need 2 runs. I don't know if I can score 2 runs with this squad at the moment. The more I think about it, the more I really want to try and make a Mookie trade work. If they say no, I want to do it. Got him. So Whitlock's back on the hook for another loss. Unless Jarren Duran can get a homer right now. I have played 5 innings of baseball, I think. It's at least 4. Oh my God, I'm so in front. I'm not going to steal right now with Jarren Duran up because he has a free look down to third to throw. Jarren was a righty, I might consider it, but I also don't want to totally hamper. You have to play safe right now. You can't be playing risky when you're down 1 with a runner on in extra innings. That's way high and inside. He's going to brush him back. Could this possibly be the last time we see Jarren Duran in a Red Sox uniform? 2-2. Jarren, working a count here. 6 pitches for Cole Sulser. Outside. Full count now to Jarren Duran. Jarren Duran! He puts one high! He puts one back! He puts one way out of here! And the Red Sox walk it off! Jarren Duran! If that was the last time we see him, what a way to go! His team runs out to meet him. And what a celebration at home. I kind of want to go change the trade offer to be for Cedar Rafaela instead of Jarren Duran right now. Jarren is so clutch for us. In the 12th inning, he hits one to the clouds. He puts one 5 rows up into the stairwell. That ball's getting a hot dog. And the Sox win 5-4 in 12 innings. All right, let's simulate another day and see if the Dodgers get back to us or the Brewers. The Brewers reject it. The value doesn't work for us and the fit isn't there. If the offer significantly improves, we'll consider it. Okay, so at that point, I think I just offer it again, but for just Abner Uribe. As much as I do want Sal Frelick, I am willing to settle for not getting him. No, I think the one I want is Abner Uribe. So I'm gonna ask for just Abner Uribe. Blockbuster trade. We have another closer. The Red Sox have traded Aroldis Chapman and Patrick Sandoval for Abner Uribe. They get significantly younger, significantly cheaper. They get rid of one of the worst pitchers in the league, and they get rid of a player who has cost them a lot of money, is still probably what you would consider elite, but is getting worse day by day, but is still going to be very effective for a Brewers team that's trying to make a run. In return, the Red Sox get this younger, 25 years old, younger than me. All right, he's young. This young guy right here, Abner Uribe, who does throw gas. So Abner Uribe is going to step in as our new closer alongside Ronnie Enriquez and Garrett Whitlock. And honestly, I really like this as a trio in my pen. We do get rid of Patrick Sandoval, so maybe it's time to consider a Johan Oviedo call-up. So I do have about 400. I've $1.5 million, and I've got these two guys here. I don't think either one is going to be especially good. But his slot was 434, so let's offer him 465. And then his slot was 582, so let's offer him 575. Great. Have we signed all of our free agents? We have. Or all of our draft picks. We have signed all of our draft picks. Trade rejected. They're considering some alternatives and decided not to proceed with the trade. Yesterday afternoon, the Royals acquired Cedric Mullins from the Rays for Sean Gamble. Right after the Royals acquired Adolis Garcia for Carson Roccaforte. I don't think I can express just how crazy this season of Corey Seagers is. He is hitting .363 with 30 home runs and has played in every game this season. So I'll admit, there's not a ton out there right now. There's not a lot that I'm interested in. These are the three players I currently have on the block is Mookie Betts, just to see, will they give me an offer? And if it doesn't suck, I might take it. Xavier Edwards is one that I'm looking at. He's kind of like a hits machine. And Brett Beatty, perhaps, could come play a little second base for us. All right, let's sim through the deadline, and then our video will finally be over 4 hours in. Bases are loaded. Game's tied. Connor Wong's at the plate, just like we all expect. It's all we want. It's Connor Wong to hit. I can't. Every time I see Connor Wong, I get mad. I kind of want to send Connor Wong back in the trade for Mookie. You. All right, Connor, it's up to you, buddy. Will that drop in?
That
It will
ball's
not.
foul.
It will drop foul. That dropped in would have been the clutchest thing I've ever seen Connor Wong do, ever. Connor Wong, notably no power, smokes one up the middle. That's going to come in. Connor Wong has 2 RBI single. Connor Wong with a hit. Let's go, Connor. Oh, my goodness. Wow, this is approaching 4 hours of recording, and it is 10:30 at night. I would love to, force Connor over. I don't think he's fast enough to do it. Yep. And also, I'm too bad at the game to do it. All right, Ronnie. They're just the Orioles. They've sold their entire squad. Tel Marte, 200th career home run. And it's a Francisco Lindor, 300th career home run.
Hey!
Nice, good pitch, Ronnie. And it's going to be flipped on over. All right, here's Colton Cowser now. And that's going to be in for strike one. Well, at some point, I've got to hop into a game and watch Abner Uribe pitch. He's going to challenge that one. I do think it is going to be low. Oh, it does catch the plate, actually. It does catch the zone. You stupid dork. Here, have this one, Colton. Get out of here. And that one's going to be popped up. Willier reads it pretty poorly, but he still comes on and makes the play. Or was that IKF out there? I can't tell. Somebody made the play out in right field. Looked like IKF, actually. Connor Wong is the savior of the game today. I can't believe that. Player 4 for 4 with a double for Connor Wong. Ronnie Enriquez gets the win. Home team up 1. Runner is on. Pete Alonso at the plate versus new Red Sox Abner Uribe. Abner's got some heat to him. Strike. There's no way that Abner Uribe's head is this big. Uribe delivers. Strike 2. And can you get him swinging on the punch-out pitch? And he fouls it off. Pete Alonso puts one in the dirt. The pitch.
Ball.
It's going to be outside for a ball. The sinker dropping out the bottom of the zone. It's going to be lined up the middle, fielded, and flipped over. And the Red Sox win again. Play that dirty water. Jarren Duran 3 doubles today. Garrett Whitlock gets the win. On a little crazy little stretch here. We're 58 and 44. The Kansas City Royals have acquired Yohan Duran from the Phillies for Alec Marsh. A single A pitcher. I don't know why would you do this? All right. We're officially up against the wire. Kind of the last chance to either move some of these guys or bring some guys in. Let's go say hi to the Dodgers again. Hey, Dodgers. You know Mookie? We really like him. Here in Boston, we treat him right. Except for the time we didn't. Anyways, please, I might be willing to give him Romy. If it meant getting Mookie, I'd be willing to give him Romy. Giovanni Moran. It's kind of crazy to say that I'm willing to trade Cedar Rafaela, but I am. I'm going to offer this trade to the Dodgers. They're probably going to say no. But you kind of have to take a shot every now and then. How about I sweeten the pot a little bit? You can even have Greg Weissert. None of these trades are getting done. I'm actually not interested in Brett Beatty anymore. I looked at his stats again. I was like, eh. All right, now we're in Oakland. We're about to come up on the Dodgers, actually, in a couple of days. Am I getting a Shohei game? Crochet Snell? Emmett Sheehan? No, I'm not going to get Shohei. That sucks. I could have clickbaited Shohei so hard in the title. All right, we got the series against the Athletics, and that's kind of it. Ryan O'Hearn for Crutch Schoolcraft. Giants acquired Ethan Salas, Jackson Wolf, Cason Wells, and Victor Lizarraga from the Pirates for Tyler Mahle, Jason Foley, Michael Felber, and Robbie Ray. That's a crazy trade. Oh my God. I think we're just going to kind of... Brady needs a triple for the cycle. I'm all set. Trade rejected. Oh, it got done! Wait, that did it! The return! The Los Angeles Dodgers have traded Mookie Betts to the Boston Red Sox for Cedar Rafaela, Romy Gonzalez, and Giovanni Moran. Mookie Betts is back in Boston. Okay. Now we have a lot of moves that we now have to do. Oh, it feels so good to see Mookie again. This was not on my plan coming into today. I didn't realize that this was like even going to be a chance of a possibility. He's actually hitting way better than he hit last year. The home runs are probably going to hopefully come along. God, Mookie Betts is a Red Sox. Oh my God. Okay, thank you so much for your services, Romy Gonzalez and Cedar Rafaela, and Giovanni Moran. You existed too, I guess. All right, let's mess with our lineup. God, it looks so good. Hold on, get on up here. Get on up here, buddy. That's my leadoff hitter. Caleb Durbin is about to play his third position for the Boston Red Sox this calendar year. Or I could put Mookie over there. What's his throw like? His arm, 70, 76. Versus Caleb's 56 strength. Yeah, so I want Caleb at 2. I can't tell if I'm smart or an absolute idiot for doing that. But I feel really smart. I feel like I just got away with something. And maybe that's not warranted, but I did not think that was going to work. I did not think that was going to work. I had no faith in it working. So let's go over to Jarren Duran. Let's fix him so that he's actually a center fielder again with a secondary of left. And that is going to change him to an 88 overall. And now Roman Anthony is now our starting left fielder. He's going to go play the defense again. Willie Abreu is out in right. I guess that means that at some point I should probably lock up Jarren Duran for a couple of years because now he's guaranteed to be here for a couple. I mean, he has 2 more years of ARB, I guess. But I kind of just sold off the future of Cedar Rafaela for Mookie Betts. But we have Mookie Betts. Marcelo, you're going to have to hold on a bit, buddy. Also, you're actually doing okay. Is it time for Marcelo to come back? I think it is. Marcelo's going to come back to the MLB. He's going to learn from Mookie. So Marcelo and Monasterio play the same positions. Monasterio at the major league level was not hitting well at all. At the AAA level, he's a dog. Caleb Durbin, he's been hitting pretty hot the last couple of days, so his average is starting to climb back on up. I'm thinking that just because Nate Eaton is so fast, I might want to have him come up. And also he plays like every... No, wait, no, it's Nick Sogard plays every position under the sun, basically. Christian Campbell's not quite ready. I think I just bring up Nick Sogard. Because Nick Sogard can be good. And Greg's actually not been the worst down there. So let's bring him up too. So now I have a decent amount of pitchers. So I feel fine about that. I'm gonna have Franklin Arias finish this season down in AA, and then next year he'll start the season in AAA. AAA is kind of just log jammed right now with a lot of middle infielders. Some of them will have to go. Like Susei Chang is probably gonna end up getting traded, or in the off season. There's a lot of guys here that are gonna get let go. Bryce Matthews has not been awesome this year. So I'm not going to call him up. So I signed 2 free agents to kind of fill in my roster. I signed Mark Coley II, who I guess was in or is currently in the Brewers organization. But he was a free agent, so I picked him up, and I guess he's hot at the moment, so sick. He must have just gotten DFA'd or something. And I also picked up a guy named Josh Hatcher, just to be a first base depth piece. He's not very good, but we are going to play one final game, which of course is going to be, and I think I'm done with trades. I'm done with the deadline. I think I am all set. I have nothing pending. I have only Xavier Edwards left out there. I have no pending trades at all. I think that we are good to go. We are, however, going to play this game. It's going to be in Oakland. And we are going to player lock as, of course, the most important acquisition of the day. Mr. Mookie Betts. We are 61-46, and we just added potentially the game changer to our squad. Peyton Tolle is getting the start, and Mookie Betts is in the game. And here he is, folks. The largest mistake in Red Sox, one of the second largest mistake in Red Sox history, has been reversed, and you were getting thrown at with the first pitch. I cannot believe this. The Athletics are 15 games below 500. And Mookie on his first pitch is going to line one into the outfield. That is going to be good for 2 bases. And he's going to slide on in, and Mook in his first at-bat with the Sox again is going to get a ripper of a double. What a hit. Oh, it feels so good to have Mookie back. Isak Paredes, career high 32 home runs, and it is not even August yet. Nope. Oh, I could have run. Dang it. I've read that one terribly. I could have been on third right now. So I want to test the arm. I absolutely do. That would have been a home run. And Mookie's in at third. Oh, I missed this sight so much. Oh, that's going to drop in, too. Roman with a little RBI bloop. It's going to bring him home for the first run of the game. Here we go, Roman. Some good stuff right there. Oh, my God. I'm swinging a junk. 6-time Gold Glover. 1-time MVP. 3-time World Series champ. Including one with the Sox. That one's going to... Nope, not blooping. Going to be a fly out. A good play out there by Tyler Soderstrom, I believe is who that was out there. I can't tell. I mean, everybody traded everybody on their own team. Mookie! Out towards the pole! Just foul! 8 feet outside. Top of the 5th. We're down 1. That ball is a ball, and he's going to be safe. Jarren Duran with his 13th stolen base of the season. Not as many as I thought he would have. What a run. Also, this angle is nuts. I've never seen this angle before. I love it. Can't ever get that in game, though. Mookie Betts is going to put one right over to Jacob Wilson, I believe is who that is. I'll be honest, I'm not totally up to date on who's on this squad. I think his name is Jacob Wilson. Shea Langoliers here, hitting 172 on the season. That's not great. Darn it. Ooh, that's not good. Why was that throw so off, though? It's alright. Well, I timed it. I've never done a showtime like that before, so that's my bad. I'm not going to blame Mookie for that one. A little dribble. Do push the runner over, but I feel like he would have done that himself. Alright. Here we go, Jarren. Down by a couple. 1 strike. Hi, Mook. And scooped up, thrown on over, and that's the game. Athletics win, but I don't care. I've never been more happy in my life to see my guy, Mookie Betts, back in a Red Sox uniform. I really want to just get to August 1st so we can check out our draft picks before we end this video. This is going to be the longest video of the series so far. Cutter Crawford taking the bump today. Haven't seen Cutter Crawford in real life in almost, I think, 2 years. It's been a hot minute since we saw him. There's Aaron Savali on the mound. Oh, and I was just under it. I was early enough that it probably would have pulled down the line. But I was under it, so. And this ball is going to be outside. We've also hit the point in the recording session where I've been recording for so long that my room's starting to get hot again. So I am looking to wrap this up quickly. That's going to be a grounder over to... That's not Jacob Wilson today. I don't know who that is over there. Playing shortstop. Here's Tyler Soderstrom. I get another chance for my Showtime event. Get it over. Nice. I almost hit the wrong button. Let the record show I did not. But I almost did. I will admit that. All right, top of the third now, up 1-0. I'm going to cut on one that's just outside. Mookie puts one on a drive. It's up. It's back. It's just at the track. And it's not quite out. Brent Rooker now. Looking maybe to turn two here. Why would he stop? I hit triangle. Did that make him stop? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Because I dove, I timed it right, and then I hit triangle to throw it, and he pump faked. Does he automatically do it? I did not think he was going to automatically go and throw there. I thought I was going to have to tell it which way to throw. That's one of them. That's going to poke through, though, and that's going to bring a run across. And it's going to be 4-2 A's instead of 4-1. And I barely catch one. It's going to be another pop-out from Mookie. Sorry, I think that Mookie is going to be better off without me usering him. End of the game. We're going to lose 2-5. And Mookie could return home, but we are instead going to sim through that date. We are done with the trade deadline. We're going to go clean through it. Red Sox do win that game after all. And let's go out and advance the day and check out our draft picks. So now we've hit the point where we are able to really start offering some contract extensions. Let's view our draft picks. I think we did terribly. We did. Oh my God. I'm so bad at this. Efrain Little. Supposedly the number one pitcher in the draft, the number one player in the draft, is actually a 64 overall with 78 potential. He sucks. Omar Sanchez is a 71 overall. He is a first baseman. He's 18 years old. 71 overall, 77 potential. He sucks. Peter Caruth is a 59 overall with 78 potential. Where we did maybe, I don't want to say nail it, but we got some good guys are down here. I mean, they're not good necessarily, but Max Stone is a 92. Jacob Hanna is a 44 and 46 for Jacob Hanna, but they both do have 92 potential, which isn't too bad. Well, these just don't play at the moment, so that really sucks. But we are exiting this video 63 and 48. Our team looking very different than when we came into this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Next video, we are going to finish this regular season. We're going to be jumping into games left and right. And then, assuming we make the playoffs, we will do a playoff video. But if you guys enjoy, definitely make sure you leave a like. This has been a long recording session. It's very late at night at this point. I've been staring at this computer screen for 5 hours. So, I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.